The final countdown. Get Up and Go Challenge Day 37. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with our free 40-day Get Up and Go Challenge. I kind of wanted to call this the Get Up and Grow Challenge in terms of when I started it, but I'm like, nobody's going to get that. A lot of people don't even get up and go, but it just means take action, get moving. Don't be frozen in place because you're afraid to do anything, just do something. It might not be the right exact perfect thing for you right now, but don't sit there like a planted tree. Do something. So today, final countdown. I call this the final countdown because it's day 37 of a 40-day challenge. So we got 37, 38, 39, 40, and of course I'm going to do a bonus day, so 40 months. We've only got 5 days left of this challenge. And of course, what do I want to do if we've got 5 days left? What do you want to do? I hope if we've got 5 days left, run through the SOAP model one more time. So what area am I going to run through the SOAP model with? SOAP being, of course, the process, the foundation that we use to deal with change, deal with challenges, deal with obstacles, deal with failures, deal with stuff with the S word that comes up that surprises us. Because guess what? No matter how prepared, no matter how much we plan, no matter how creative or whatever we are, things are going to come up that sideswipe us. I mean, who would have thought that we'd be in a pandemic and all of the changes that each and every one of us have had to go through and have experienced would have happened to us in 2020? I certainly didn't, and I like to think I'm a pretty good predictor of events and of things and a preparer for things, but I was, like millions and millions of other people, or 100 millions of other people, definitely not 100% prepared for something like this to happen. So, what's next? What are we going to talk about? Well, I have purposefully, during this 40-day challenge, gone through each of the 7 key areas of our life, right? There's 7 areas of our life that we want to pay a little bit of attention to because the experiences that we have in our life in each of these areas, number one, they interconnect and they interact with one another. If we are totally ignoring our physical well-being, guess what? That can kill us. Been there, done that. And it can stop and mean that all of these other areas of our life don't mean anything anymore because we're not here to enjoy the money that we put in the bank or the finances or the big houses that we purchased or the cars and boats and all the things that we achieved while negating our health. So, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, of course, relationships, and contribution. Each of those 7 areas we got to pay at least a little bit of attention to. And I think I mentioned yesterday, I can only be like working on consciously or thinking consciously really about maybe 3 of these at a time. And that's my personal limit. You might be able to do all 7, you might be able to do 5. I've learned through personal experience, trial and error, and experimenting on myself. I like to consider myself my own personal lab rat. That's about my limit. I have, things that I want in each of those areas of my life, but a lot of them interact. So I can narrow it down to 3 main goals or objectives that I'm usually working for long term. Of course, I have a long-term vision that I want for each of these areas, but they coincide, and I narrow them down to about 3 main goals that I want long term. I always have my long-term vision that I'm working for or working toward. But then in each and every one of these, as we go through the SOAP model, as we go through this challenge, it's given me an opportunity to think about and concentrate on each of these different areas and check in with myself and say, am I still moving in the right direction? Am I creating systems and processes to make it automatic and on my subconscious level so I don't have to think about these things on a conscious level? Because guess what? Our lives are freaking busy. Even during COVID-19, no matter what, in a lot of situations, we're busier than we were before COVID-19. I would love to know, and I would love to have people share in the comments below, are you experiencing more problems and challenges during COVID-19 or less problems and challenges during COVID-19? I'd also like to know from some people who've been through these growth patterns and spurts along with me, when you have more money, do you have more problems or less problems than you had when you had less money? That's always a question because there's this false belief and this thought that people think, oh, well, if I just make enough money, if I just am in the right relationship, if I just get over this depression, if I just didn't hurt, if my knee didn't hurt anymore. I say this one a lot. If my knee didn't hurt anymore, I would be more active. And it may or may not be true. The only time we have to live is right now in this moment. So let's make the best of it. Today I'm going to be starting, and my challenge to you today is to comment below what of these 7 areas are you going to spend the next 4 days with me going through the SOAP model for the final time, our last time through the SOAP framework, in order to really anchor this into your subconscious so that the next challenge you face, you automatically go through the steps. You automatically go through the 4 steps of SOAP to make sure and guarantee that you're going to have the best possible outcome for you as you're facing any challenge, any failure, any situation, any roadblock that is trying to deter you from your direct path to the thing that you want. I have done all the other areas during this challenge, and so the only one I have left is contribution. So of course, my area that I'm selecting this time through is going to be the area of contribution. And we'll talk about, I guess let's talk about it now. What does contribution even mean? Guess what? Guess who gets to decide? You do! You get to absolutely decide what contribution means to you. Now, contribution and giving, contribution I guess means giving, what you give, how you show up in the world, who you are. Guess what? The only person you can be is yourself. The only person you can ever be, the only way you can show up in the world, unless you're copying someone else or trying to be a clone of somebody else, is you. And if you're trying to clone or copy or compare yourself to someone else in a negative way, you're doing the world a disservice. You're cheating the world out of actually experiencing you and the unique things and the unique gifts and what you're here to share with the world, what you're here to offer. So I'm going to recommend that you don't try to be anybody else. Now, that isn't saying don't learn from other people, don't model other people, don't find out what people are that have already achieved what you want to achieve have done, because that's the fastest, easiest way to learn and to get there and to avoid some of their mistakes. It's the whole reason I do challenges, is to help people know that they can skip some of the hard parts by learning the lessons that other people have learned and not have to go through the trial and error themselves. Life would be really, really long, and it is for some of us sometimes, when we have to think that we have to do everything ourselves and figure everything out ourselves, and we have to make all the mistakes ourselves, or they're not lessons learned. Well, nonsense. We can definitely learn lessons from other people and not have to learn them ourselves. And that might be one of the major ways that you contribute, by being an example to other people that want to do some of the things that you've done in your life. We all have things in our life that we are awesome at, that we're good at, that we can share with other people. And sharing with other people in some way, shape, or form, in any way, shape, or form that is right for you or that you so choose, is contribution. It's giving to the world. It's not about just giving your resources, meaning, physical things or money. One of the most valuable things that you can give, and the biggest, best contributions you can make, is by sharing you, yourself, your time, your gifts. Teaching other people to do something, what you're good at, your expertise, your genius zone, is one of the best contributions you can make. Helping those you love and care about in any way, shape, or form that you can. And I always say, do what you can with what you've got right now. Who we are shows through all the time in what we do, what we say, and how we behave, whether we believe it or not, right? When we comment on social media, when we say things, when we do things, when we ask questions, when we speak positively or negatively about ourselves, that shows the world and the people that are conscious enough to notice it exactly who we are. Now here's the good thing. Most people are not conscious enough of their own behavior, much less other people's behavior, to actually understand what's going on. So you don't ever have to worry about that. And that's why being yourself is such an incredible way to be and to live your life, because it gives everybody else permission to live their life as who they uniquely are as well. So contribution area I'm working on. I will think more about contribution today, and then of course we'll hop into the SOAP framework tomorrow, and part of that is understanding where are we now and where do we want to go. So today, all you have to do, quick and easy, simple day, share in the comments below one word or one letter, PMESFRC. It's nice that they all begin with different letters, because we could just put one letter in the comments below and everyone will know what you're talking about at this point. So share that in the comments below. That's really all you need to do today. And then think about, maybe you want to go back through and say, hey, I really skimmed over financial, or I didn't do it at all. I've been spending this whole challenge on my physical well-being. And there's times when I have had to spend almost all of my time and energy on any given day on my physical well-being, on my financial well-being, on my mental or emotional. It depends on what's going on in our lives, right? And so only you know which is the right area for you. No judgment, no anything on this. Just share the letter or the word below, and then tomorrow we'll hop right back into the final countdown of the SOAP model so that we can make sure we've really got this process ingrained in us and that it's a new habit, a new ritual, a new automatic way of dealing with situations that would normally sideline us or take us longer to deal with, and come up with the best solutions of what to do for us so that we can get up and go and make sure we're getting the best possible results for us in every area and aspect of our life. Have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, hit me up in the comments below. Going to do a Q&A at the end of this. We'll probably finish the challenge and then we'll maybe take a day or two, or let's see, I could probably do this in my head, but we could think about 37, 38, 39, 40, 41 Q&A. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't think we want to do a Q&A on Sunday, so let's plan right now to do a Q&A on Monday at 11 a.m. And I have noticed a trend online that everybody is doing their challenges, which there are a plethora of them now, online at 11 a.m. Doesn't matter. I always record it. I don't erase the recordings. I know everybody thinks that they have to have scarcity and lack, and they have to put their stuff out there. Then they have to quick erase it so that you'll buy their stuff. Not doing that. 40-day challenge. It's going to be on the Get Up and Go page. I'm not going to take this page down. I'm not going to create some false scarcity and some false lack. I hate that. I really hate that. It's one of the things about online business and online marketing that just drives me nuts. And I know it motivates people to buy, but guess what? I'm not selling you anything at the end of this challenge. And I'm doing that intentionally because I just want you to get this framework and make it a part of your life so that you can have whatever it is that you want. All right. Catch you tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Bye. Put your letter in the comments below.